Okay, good afternoon. Hello. Thank you all very much for coming. My name's Graham Hill. I'm Head of Venues and Events at Square Meal, and I'm going to be talking to you about Christmas parties. What I'll try and do is actually validate the Christmas party. In these straitened times, finance directors are finding, and senior management are finding excuses to not do as much hospitality entertaining as they should do. I'm talking internal as much as external. So the first thing to think about is validating the budget. And it's absolutely true. It's a false economy to skimp on the money. So what you need to do when you're getting your budget is say, right, if we're going to do it properly. Otherwise, it's detrimental. You know, there's nothing worse than a bad Christmas party to really lower morale. Oh God, if that's all we can do, why do I work for this company? When there is masses of research that validates the Christmas party. First of all, though, why do it? Internal marketing. It's the one chance in the year where the chairman, managing director, or departmental head can stand up and thank people, say things, talk about things. And a lot of people are doing now is putting conferences on the front end, saying starting at 4 o'clock, and then moving on to a party, and using those 2 hours to actually say, this is what the company's doing, this is where we are, this is where we're going, well done for the year gone, this is where we're going in the year ahead. And that makes it a company meeting rather than just a jolly, and validates it that much more. Within that opportunity comes networking and team building. At Square Meal, we mix everybody up. We have one big table, and you do not sit anywhere near someone in your department. And you suddenly go, oh, right, oh, you did that? Oh, OK, we could maybe work together on that and do something better for the company as a whole. It's amazing how little that goes on in companies, and including Square Meal, where we have lots of different divisions, little tiny pods. And we do that, it really works that. Staff retention, again, loads of research. If you do a good Christmas party, people stay at the company, and then you don't have to pay 30% of someone's salary to recruit someone because they've left, because they've been disgruntled, because they thought, wow, terrible Christmas party, yeah, let's look for another job. And it's true, this is a money saver. You do a great Christmas party, people go, what a great company, and they stay. And it saves money. Good morale leads to higher productivity. Sorry, I'm reading off the screen, but that, again, there's loads of research that validates that, and it's true, it works. And to put that into a simple terms, what would you prefer? 150 quid gift voucher to go spend at Marks and Spencer's or something on a weekly shop, maybe a Waitrose weekly shop, or a brilliant party that's memorable, that gets everybody going and brings everybody together. Obviously, the latter is more productive for a company. And that 150 quid, and I've used that figure on purpose, that is Inc. VAT, so it's like 125 plus the 25%, is tax deductible. Now, this was a thing that, it's actually a year figure. So if I was to take my team down to the pub and buy them a few drinks, that actually should be taken off that tax deductible figure. It's for any sort of internal entertainment. But actually, the tax office and the powers that be generally regard it as for the Christmas party. And so you can take that 125 quid plus VAT, spend it on the Christmas party, and it's very much tax deductible. And the guy that got that figure up, £75, about a decade ago to 150, is a guy called Arthur Somerset, who obviously a doyen of the event industry, passed away recently, very sadly. And we owe him, and his legacy will be that everyone in Britain will have better Christmas parties, because what he did with Gordon Brown on tax. So there will be an obit for him in the next magazine. So I'll get that plug in. God bless him. Anyway, so once you've got your money and said it's going to be brilliant, we'll do it brilliant, and it'll be great for the company, then you've got to organise it and do it properly. And you've got to make some key decisions, because it's not just a question of going out and saying, oh, we're thinking about doing a Christmas party, are you any good, to a venue or a caterer, to an event company. They'll need some simple key criteria, so you might as well get the answers ready. So first of all, are you going to do it as the company as a whole, a department, or just a desk? Which is obviously, you know, or it's a small pod or division, that's going to obviously influence the nature of venue, not least the size. What are you going to do? Are you going to do a dinner? Are you going to do a buffet? Are you going to do drinks and canapes, as in, get some fodder down you, bowl food maybe, and then just dance around the handbags? That's great. That counts as a party. And the food's good and you do it in a private area of a bar. Are you going to sit down and do silver service? Or are you going to do something else? You know, just know what you want to do. Oh, we're thinking about it. No, think about it first, and then and decide what you're doing before you go to these people. When to do it? The big trend now to do it at lunchtime. We do ours at lunchtime, and there's a view that if it's a work event, then it should be during work time. And if you're doing it during the day, there's less sort of gay abandon on drunkenness, etc. There's a higher degree of professionalism in it. And we started doing lunchtime because we've got a very grumpy head of design who says, why should I take time off to do it? Fine, you know, do it in work time. And what we do is do a lunch, that goes on to about 6, and then we'll go to a pub, and then we'll have a bar ready to go on to afterwards. So those that want to go on can. And it's, you know, we keep an eye on things and keep it steady. But those that don't, who've got children or something or issues or are just grumpy designers, they can go home. And I think that's, you should be doing it in a way that is good for as many people as possible. Obviously, the usual evening out, the usual way is in the evening, which is fine, classic Christmas parties. As I say, we do both. The big question is whether to do an overnight. So if you're a smaller company, and you maybe go out to country house hotels, they'll all have excellent Christmas packages and you want the real by the fireside feel. And then what comes in with that is whether it's spouses as well, which is the next point. So maybe you've had a particularly good year and you really want to splash out, then maybe do an overnight. And if we do that, our tip is to do Sunday nights, because you get a really good rate on a Sunday night, and then you're sort of taking that, you know, you're all back in the office by 11 on Monday or something, and someone covers the phones before that. But it means you do get the overnight experience. Package or bespoke. Every exhibitor here has got a Christmas package in some way or form. And but what I'm saying there is if you're looking at the sort of event companies or venues with packages, and I'll show you lots of options later, then you're buying into something that they've got the theme, they've got the catering, they've got the menu, they've got the glassware, they're rolling it out over 4 weeks in December, and you're going to have the second Wednesday. And that effectively buying off the shelf. And because of the choice that's available now, we advise that you do that because it's so much cheaper. Now, if you are Bloomberg and make, you know, money out of nothing make loads of money every year and famously have brilliant Christmas parties, then you may throw £1 million at a tower blocks and completely redo it. And we have theming companies that can do bespoke for you if you want to do something specific. Fine. It will cost more money though. Packages are an easy buy. But obviously there's people here can do a bespoke for you left, right and centre. And similarly, exclusive or shared. Now, most people here, we're 50 to the 150 mark, which is the really tricky number, i.e. you're too small at 50 for a venue on its own, but 150, do you want to do a shared night? Probably not within a big party of about, say, 300 people sharing it half and half. So 50 people, 50 to 80, 80 is like the tipping point, maybe 100. Why don't you buy 5 tables at a big venue like here at Old Billingsgate, the HAC, Bloomsbury Big Top, and take 5 tables, and then you're buying at between 90 and maybe 120 quid a head, and you're getting all the glitz, you're getting the entertainment. You know, the big venue down at Battersea, they do a show every year, and you're getting an amazing Christmas party with everything thrown in, drinks on packages, etc. Because at 50 people you can't afford to, you know, hire in acrobats yourself. When you get to 150, then there are venues out there that you can take exclusively. But when we were, say, a company of about 30 people, we do shared nights quite often. And they're great fun. You know, there's 3 tables close enough together, interact. And of course, there's other companies there, that, you know, often with hundreds of other people there, so you don't always end up snogging someone from the same company at the end, which does save for embarrassment the next day. Timing. These are basic platitudes, but shop early for the best dates and venues. So if you want a Thursday night or a Friday night in December, you're probably too late already, certainly at plum venues. But if you're happy to do a Monday or a Tuesday, Tuesday is the night out. It's the easiest night to get a taxi home. Yeah, it's quieter, it's fine. Go out on a Tuesday night. Then you've got the whole week to recover. And what about January? We publish our guide in December. We go to press around Christmas. We've got, it's lapsed every year. We now do it in January. We've got the pick of the venues. Everybody wants our business. They'll fall over. Don't assume acceptance means attendance. You will be amazed. 12% is the average no-show on this is a research done by the Concerto Group. So generally larger Christmas parties, large companies. But 12%, that's a massive amount of people. And if you've paid for them all to be there and they don't turn up, you're wasting or something, wasting a lot of money. So always bid below the amount and buy up if they're coming. But it means that you really have to work hard at it. And if you've got this 150 quid from your FD and you're saying, right, well, I'm going to validate this and make it work, then the first thing you've got to do is get people there. So this sounds simple, but make the invitation attractive. Don't make it, it's the Christmas party, you must be there. So it's going to be brilliant. We're going to have this, we're going to have this, we're going to have this. It's going to be great. Make it feel organised. Almost have a network there of the timings, so everyone knows what they expect. So when they come, they're not asking questions. Obviously, quite annoying for an event organiser, because if you do it beforehand, then you don't get any questions. I've had a lot of questions this morning. Sorry, because I'm a terrible event organiser. That's just come to mind. Give people plenty of notice. Then you don't get the excuses. Yeah. So get booked in this month, next month, and tell them, this is the date, this is what it's going to put it in your diary, you're expected to be there, it's going to be brilliant. Save the date sort of thing. A clear dress code is quite important in that if you're, is it black tie? Are we all dressing up? Are we going to put the taffeta on? Is it grungy? Oh, don't, you look at people and say, oh, you could have done a bit better. Make it clear. We're expected you to be smart casual. Oh, we're going to glitz it up. Little thing with us, what we do, we have a very simple theme. We always just put a colour on, whether it be red, pink, green, depending on what it is. Though the last one we had Olympics for this January, and I must say I haven't got the picture of it, but if in the last magazine you might have seen a picture of two of our staff members that came as a horse, which was like for Greenwich Olympics. I thought that was quite good. They didn't stay it for long, so that was a little bit more elaborate than usual. Where we literally, so if people want to just wear, if say the theme is red, very Christmassy, they wear red socks, or they wear a red sweatband, I don't know. Or people want to go over the top and they want to wear, the whole red regalia, and then they might win a nice prize. But if there's a prize for the best dressed, then people dress up a bit, and you can never be underdressed, of course. Little tip for larger companies is appointing departmental reps. So if you've got a little committee, get a gang together. And then, so with your 300, you do not want 35, 40 people not to turn up. So get the division to say, right, this is what's happening in the Christmas party, because in an email, it just, the message isn't as strong as someone looking you in the face and saying, it's going to be great, you must come, to everybody else in the staff. And you give them a goal. There's 10 people in your division. I want all 10 there, 9 at minimum because someone's ill or something like that. And then they'll know about whether people are coming more easily. It means you're not having to do it all yourself. And then afterwards, and this is again for the FD, get feedback. What did people like? What did people not like? What went well? Where could we change things? So when you go back for next year, you say, this is what we did last year. This is how we succeeded. This is where we're going to improve. And this is where we're going to go forward. And if you keep, remember, FDs, they're accountants. They work on data. Give them hard data. And then hopefully you'll get some money off them and have fun. Pitfall avoidance. Confirm all costs in writing. I know it sounds really simplistic, but do it. Ask for everything. That's what email is there for now. So there are no arguments afterwards, because there are places where they'll turn a trick or two. None of them are here, of course, but it has been known. Similarly, confirm all the timings. When is the champagne going to stop? At 7:30, stop the champagne and then only beer and wine thereafter? Or is it an amount of champagne you're going to give out in the reception? At that point, this band will start playing. At this point, the DJ will be playing. So everybody, as an event organizer, you have a network of what's going on. Insist on a tasting. Standard platitude on this. If you're a smaller group, you're booking out a restaurant, etc., or you've got a caterer you're using for the first time, if they don't want to give you a tasting, say, oh no, it's going to be fine, this is the menu, ask yourself, why aren't they happy to give you a tasting? And then go use someone else. Don't run out of booze. Old adage, book the champagne and then double it. Little one, avoid cloakroom horrors. The worst thing to happen is for someone to have their night ruined because a cloak's been lost, a bag's been lost, or it's been dropped or trodden on. Get the cloakroom right. It's a lovely entrance. Oh, that was all smooth. That's it. Oh, we're in the party. I feel safe. And for bigger parties, maybe stagger the entrance time. So 7, 7:15, 7:30, so no everyone's piling in at once. Get home safely. You don't have to put it in the 150, but say, get a taxi home, we'll pay for it. I know it's an expense, it tots up, but it really does cover you for many, many things to say, don't worry, we gave our staff the opportunity to get home safely by taxi and organise it. Addison Lee are here, of course. And don't do it for the directors. The chairman's wife loves opera, so we're going to have an opera singer. Disaster! Do it for the masses, yeah? Do it for everybody. Don't do it for the directors. They're there to pay. Okay, social media. New slide last year. It's great for promotion. It's great for feedback, yeah? Really useful. We use it in our marketing now. We see what people have put and put it down. Pictures. People take, the world over, people are taking pictures on phones, etc., snood it up there. Use it for the marketing for the event next year, use it for the report afterwards. But with all that, think about the problems of that people might, you don't want to have people caught in compromising positions, embarrassed, he was so drunk, he looked like this, etc. So actually social media, if you use it as a way of saying, be careful, social media is out there, don't get blind drunk, don't get left in a bad position, keep it professional. It just keeps it at a sensible level, the event as a whole. If anyone got given these in tube stations, yeah, quick straw poll, who got one of these at the tube? Okay, a few of you, cool. Well, there's another, they're going out with the autumn magazine as well, but if you haven't got one, grab one. They're in the Square Meal Loyalty Lounge on the way out, so pop in, grab one of those, and there's lots more than what I've told you here.